March. Welcome to my March TBR. You're going to notice some of the non-March release books are basically going to be the same as my February TBR. So as I say, I didn't kind of get to everything I wanted to get to. I ended up reading stuff that wasn't on the TBR, as always. Yeah, so some of these books are going to look familiar. March is also going to be my 6-year anniversary of my blog, so if you have any suggestions about what you would like to see, I'd like to do something that celebrates it across this channel and the blog as well, so that I am inclusive of both audiences, because I realise that both audiences are completely different. Just from my analytics. And so yeah, if you have suggestions as to what you think I should do for my 6-year blogging anniversary, then please do let me know. I have a big cup of coffee for my video today, which is nearly gone now actually. It's not that big cup of coffee. If you saw on Instagram, you'll see my new cup. Love this. Ooh, I am going to be doing a bit of a haul. There's going to be a little haul coming up, but I'm just kind of getting the bits together. So you'll see this in more detail, but here, preview of the haul right now. Right, so let's start with March releases that I want to read. Let's get on with it. Okay, out today, I am currently reading this right now because I accidentally went away and left it behind, and so I'm a bit behind on it. But it is the inaugural meeting of the Fairvale Ladies Book Club. I think, yeah, that is the full title. It's one of these long title books. I showed it in a book haul back in the UK, and as I say, I'm currently reading it. This is what the finished cover looks like there. And this book is set in Australia in 1978 at the beginning anyway. Look at this gold. And I'm really enjoying it so far, so I don't mind that I'm kind of late to the party reading it. I will have a review on my blog very soon, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Then the rest of the March releases, these aren't in release date order, I'm so sorry about that. We're going to try the iPad for the pictures again, so I hope that worked okay with my February wrap-up. Now, March TBR. I keep wanting to say January. I'm regressing. I'm not continuing forward through the year. So the first one of these is Mums Just Want to Have Fun, which is by Lucy Wheeler. This is out on the 16th of March in the UK. Most of these release dates I'm telling you about are all UK release dates. I've got a couple of exceptions here. Then on the 5th of March, we have Stormy Weather at Castle Court, which is the third part in the Castle Court series by Holly Hepburn. So I will be reading this as soon as it hits my Kindle. Unfortunately, it will hit my Kindle during the Oscars, so I think I'll probably just be waiting to read this on Monday. I think this is my favourite cover of the series so far because of the storm clouds up above. Then, very exciting, 22nd of March, The Fear by C.L. Taylor. C.L. Taylor is one of my very favourite authors. She does amazing, amazing thrillers. I have a review of, I think, The Treatment or The Missing on here. I will try and find out which one it is and link it up here just now. But yeah, C.L. Taylor, amazing thrillers. If you haven't read her thrillers, pick them up. They're amazing. Her first two have just come out with new, or are about to come out with new paperback covers, so that they look similar to these new ones, because otherwise they were just all black. But yes. Then the next one, I've got a few that come out next week on the 8th of March. The first of those being What Fresh Hell by Lucy Vine. I believe this is the proof cover. The real cover looks slightly different. I'm sorry, you're getting like an image of the computer there. Try and angle it this way. Glass screens. Oh, this is out on the 8th of March and should be really funny. And then I believe it's a young adult novel. I'm not sure if it's kind of crossover between like middle grade, young adult, but it is Big Bones by Laura Dockrill, which I've heard such amazing things about, and I wanted to have read it already, but I haven't started it yet. I will be starting it this weekend because I'm so excited about reading it, and it just sounds amazing, and Laura Dockrill's amazing anyway, so you know I am a big fan of her writing, so you know I'll be a big fan of this book. Then, also on the 8th of March, we have Sunshine at the Comfort Food Cafe by Debbie Johnson. We are a big fan of Debbie Johnson over on Fabulous Book Fiend blog, and there will be a review of this one up very soon. So if you're interested in our thoughts in that one, then definitely keep your eyes peeled on the blog. And then I have another physical copy here, and it leads me quite nicely into my other books I want to read. So I have a copy, you remember from my previous book haul, of The Witch Doesn't Burn in this one. This one is out in the US on the 6th of March, so next Tuesday. This one comes out in the US. I'm not sure of the UK publication date. And because this one is on my March TBR, I also have The Princess Saves Herself in this one on my March TBR, so that I can read these two together and have a kind of like sit down session with the two of these. These are the backs of the books as well. How gorgeous are these? And there is going to be a third one. I haven't seen what it's going to be called, but I was on Goodreads and I was like, oh, there's going to be a third one. So that leads me nicely into the other books that I want to read. I do have one more on here I want to show you because I have it on my Kindle. Yesterday in my wrap-up I mentioned, Tuesday in my wrap-up I mentioned the quick reads title that I read in February. I wanted to read this second quick reads title in February because I downloaded them all onto my Kindle, and I really wanted to get to this one, but I didn't. So it's on my March TBR, and that is Clean Break by Tammy Cohen. It says, sometimes divorce can be deadly. So it sounds like it's going to be a really good thriller. And of course it's a quick read, so I'm going to, carve out a little me time, maybe have a nice lunch or something and read that with my lunch, because I'll be able to read it in one sitting because it is a quick read. Then I have a library book to show you. This author is coming to Denver to do a talk and a signing at the end of the month, so I will have my own copy of it. But I've heard such great things about it. I wanted to get a copy from the library so that I could read it, because I like to go to author events generally having read the book so that I know what the author's talking about, and so that I can have some questions ready to ask the author as well. And that is The Bells by Danielle Clayton. This one is it just seems to be amazingly popular. It's been a massive hit so far, and so yeah, I will be getting my own copy of this one, but this is the library book. This library book feels like nobody else has had it out, so I'm like, ooh, first person to have a library book. I always like that. I love the spine. You can see the real depth in the detail on the roses here. And then, are you ready for the end papers? I'm sure you've seen this on other people's videos, and I can't show you the whole thing because obviously it's a library book, so they take the covers down. It's a map. It's an end paper map. We love those. And of course, continued on the back as well. So I am looking forward to getting my own copy, but as I say, this is right at the end of the month, so I've put this on my March TBR, and I'm hoping to be able to sit down and get on with this, but it's quite chunky, so we'll see. After I get to my March releases, we'll see how I get on with this one. Then basically I've then got the books that I kind of put on my February TBR that are library books that I didn't get round to. So we've got Vanilla by Billy Merrill. Again, I know this is going to be a quick read because it's written in verse, so I'm hoping to get to this one. I'm trying to remember if I have any readathons coming up in March. I don't know that I do, but I might have to just like instigate one myself, do a little readathon myself, and try and get on with that. And then we have The Dirty Book Club by Lissy Harrison, which was on my February TBR as well, and I really want to get around to reading this one. And again, this one is not massively long. It's like 300 pages and it's really big font, so we can do this. And then another one which I know won't take me very long to read, but I talked about in the last one, the really heavy book, You Can't Spell America Without Me, and it's got pictures in here as well as, why when I say a book's got pictures can I never open the book to a page? It's got so many photos in it. I can't find, there we go. Photos, pictures, all with Alec Baldwin. So cool. So yeah, so that's still on the TBR. And then I'm currently in the middle of reading, so I started it in February and then got carried away with a different audiobook because I was listening to it on audiobook, and you might remember me hauling it a long time ago, and it's kind of sat on my shelf and I wanted to read it, and then I got it on audiobook to try and kind of motivate me to read it, and I'm just about halfway through, so this one is definitely on the TBR, and that is A Stitch of Time by Lauren Marks. And this one is about Lauren, who has an aneurysm while she's abroad. She lives here and she's in Europe, so she has this aneurysm while she's in Scotland, in Edinburgh, and it kind of deals with what happens after that, kind of getting her life back on track, going through speech therapy and things like that. And I'm really enjoying it so far. I was listening to it this morning, and as I say, I'm about halfway through, so I'll probably finish this one this week because I've got a little bit of driving here and there to do. So yeah, I will finish this one, and this one kind of isn't necessarily a new release or a library book, but it's on the March TBR because I was already listening to the audiobook and I want to finish it. So yeah, there you have it. As I say, let me know below what you think I should do to celebrate my 6 years blogging, my blogaversary. It's on the 16th of March, which is a weekend. But yeah, I want to do something across the two media, so let me know in the comments what you think of that. If you enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up. If you've read any of the books that I have on my TBR, do let me know which I should start with, because I'm always interested to hear people's feedback on what's on my TBR. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you are subscribed so that my next video next week lands straight in your subscription feed. As I say, I've got a haul coming up, some reviews coming up. I've got a fun video that I did, which was lots of laughs. Got that coming up, so that to look forward to. And yes, again, thanks for watching, and I will see you with my next video. Bye!